back to my channel. I'm here with another new and exciting sewing project. I created this video so I can explain how I take a store-bought pattern and alter it to change it from one type of garment to another. Now to start off, I will show you what I am working with. It is a pattern from the lovely McCall's company. It is number R11545 if you'd like to pick one up for yourself. And here you go, take a gander. You can see it is a popular style from a few years ago. It is a single sleeve. It's actually wrapped around your neck. It leaves your upper chest exposed. There's also an exposed midriff with a ring where it is gathered. And now you may be asking me how I'm going to alter it. For a clue into that, I will show you one I have made. Now, what you may notice is that there are pant legs. It is not a skirt at all. I have changed the skirt into a pair of pants, thereby making this dress a jumpsuit. The only difference being this pants will have a crotch, whereas the skirt does not. So if you're ready, let's dive right into this project. This is my candy striper jumpsuit. Okay, so I got my pattern piece here for my back section. I got the pant leg lined up the way I want with the stripes. I made sure to have the stripes going at a very particular angle. And I'm going to try and match both sides even. So I placed the pant leg down first. I got my skirt on top so I can see where this piece coming off has to be. I got the edge of the skirt lined up with the edge of the pants so they should be even. I got these grain lines parallel, again at the angle that I want. Just going along the thick black lines, following the pants. This is going to be like a boot cut style here. Just take the top layer out of the way of this skirt. I don't need it quite yet. And this is the part where it transitions. So now I'm going to go to the skirt portion. I have my pattern piece laid upside down. I have the one I cut that I matched up to it to make sure. See what look good. It stretches too, so I have that going for me. This is what it's going to be. Alright, I've got triple checked, it's time to cut. And I'm just going to cut out the pant leg the way it is. This is an easy one. These line up over here, hopefully, like that. I'll do the back. Okay, so finishing this up is simply a matter of following the directions. Right here. So I'm going to put the front and the back together first. And since this is stretchy fabric, I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. Hopefully it won't cause me a problem. Fingers crossed. Oh, no, I don't like that. See how that messed up? Like, oh, I don't have to pay attention to the sleeve. I guess I do. Oh well. Either cut out a new sleeve or learn to live with it. I think I'll just learn to live with it. Horizontal stripes did not make my arm look bigger. That's a shame. When you do pants, you can do it multiple ways, but usually what people will do is they'll do the side seams first and then they'll stitch the crotch in one. Now I'm going to show you about cutting and adding the elastic. Normally an elastic is just 2 inches shorter than the measurement that it is spanning, normally the waist. So if it's a 28-inch waist, you cut the elastic to be 26 inches. You can put it on your fabric. Now there are 2 ways to do it. This pattern wants you to make a casing, which is just a tunnel for the elastic to go through. Now I find this difficult because this stretchy fabric slips away from me when I'm using my sewing machine. And it just makes it more difficult. It makes kind of a mess. And what I really care about is for the stitches to be straight and even on the outside. The easiest way to accomplish this is to add the elastic the way they would in the factory, which is just to sew it directly onto the fabric and then fold the fabric over. The elastic to be on there evenly. I don't want the fabric to bunch up in one area. So I'm going to pin one end first. I'm going to take it all the way, the other end, to the other end. And you're going to have to stretch the elastic while you're sewing. But you want a good grip on it too. You don't want it pulling on the needles. You could break your sewing machine. And now the elastic has come through enough, I can grab it. So I'm going to hold it at my other spot here. I'm going to make sure my seams are lying flat right here, the way I like. Okay, so now I'm going to attach the pants to the ring on the upper portion. I already did the top of it. You can see there. Now with my original, I used a purse handle as my ring. You can buy the purse handles and make your own purses. But I thought it was way too big and clunky, so I got these little kids' bracelets from like a dollar store. There's two. I super glued them together because they looked a little flimsy. I was afraid they might break. Now all I'm going to do this by hand, by the way, because there's just no way to fit a machine in here. I'm going to go around this way, make sure I'm on the right side of it. I'm going to start here. I'm going to do my seam allowance. And now the trick here is to get it right up against the rings. I'm going to go around once over the edge here to make sure it's secure. Make sure I have enough string or thread. And I'm just going to work about an inch at a time. I'm going to make sure that my seam allowance stays even. Make sure the fabric stays pressed up against that ring. And I'm just going to do some straight stitches in and out as close to the ring as I can. You're not going to really see these stitches. They're going to get all bunched together when you scrunch the fabric. Anyway, I'm just going to work close to the ring. Throw a few extra stitches into the elastic to anchor it in, nice and tight. Okay, the thread doesn't want to cooperate anymore. The thread has decided it's done before I did. I can usually thread a needle very easily when it's a whole thread, but when it's shredded up to nothing like this, sometimes the only thing you can do is cut it off. Here's our finished project. You can see I tried to make it almost exactly the same as the other one, with one key difference being the size of this ring. But as you can see, that's not the only difference. Making the string smaller, I tightened up the waist a little bit, but the back, for some reason, is very loose. Could be that I just didn't cut the elastic to the right length, or it could be that the pattern was, well, the fabric rather, was being stretched as I was cutting, made it bigger than it was supposed to be. Or it could just be my alteration made it a little bit bigger. But in any event, you make the same thing out of the same pattern, it's not going to come out the same exact way each time. So embrace the differences. You can always go back and fix errors. I could perhaps take the elastic out and make it shorter, see if that helps. But like I said before, she's a size 10 and this is more of a 12. This isn't the good stuff, I just like the stripes. I think Mina does too, right? Still not talking. You know, I think my fabric was stretching a little bit when I cut it, probably. Maybe it was the paper weight. I think if you tightened up the elastic, that would look fine. It's supposed to be gathered over here anyway. Well, what did you think? You ready to make one for yourself? And respond to me on Instagram if you do. I want to see how yours comes out. Well, that's it for this project. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you again on my next project, whatever that may be.